For those just starting out, to those who built their reputation. In the detail industry, navigating the course is a daily grind. This is Play-by-Play, with industry professionals tackling topics and offering tips to help improve your game plan. Now, here's your Play-by-Play.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are back with Play-by-Play, and we are kicking off an awesome series, one of our favorite ones from last year, and this is our MVP series.
That's right, man, and this is always a good one.
It is, an MVP's. What makes an MVP is somebody that uses our software regularly.
That's right, regularly.
Regularly.
Good job.
I've been working on that word a while. No, this is an awesome series because you get to hear from guys that use the software on a regular basis. Much easier to say, and let's hear about them. Let's talk to them. Let's see what they got going on in their shop, what's relevant in their world, and it just brings it all full circle. Of course, we're following up a heck of a heavy hitter. Billy Boggess was on last week, talking about the social media and the double-edged sword effect that it can have. And so we're going to talk to our MVPs about experiences they may have had with bad reviews, with, the local community maybe getting on one side of the wrong side of the Facebook road, right. So we're going to continue that conversation.
And I'm sure they got some interesting stories too, man. It's always a good time. And so just, getting to chop it up with our customers, man. It's a good time. So
you get to do it on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. You talk to these guys quite often, and me not so much. I just don't have as much time as I'd like to just call and chat it up with all of them. Not taking away from you. You don't have that much time either, but but so it's fun to bring them all into a group.
That's my main gig, dude.
That's
making
your
sure
gig.
Everybody is.
Yeah,
make sure everybody's happy and cool and doing well and prospering. So in addition to our MVPs, we're also going to have this week's play-by-play. This week's hack.
Yeah, play-by-play. And we're doing this one a little bit different, and I really like this style.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
This is going to be where Chris and Ethan actually shoot a little video, or I guess Chris, I'm not sure. Anyways, they're going to shoot a video of a hack. Now, we don't know the hack.
Right.
We don't know what they're going to do. But our job is to guess what it is they're doing and why they're doing it and if it works or not. So we have no idea what they've done.
Right. This is really going to test your detailing skills, Dustin. So all the people that think you're just a business owner, you don't know how to run a polisher, man. I ain't never seen you do a 50-50, paint correction
I've
picture.
done them. I just didn't share them into the group.
No. Okay. Well,
it's going to test your lack of skills there, Ryan.
You got me there.
Well, you know what? Listen, we're going to get to that later on. But one thing I want to talk about before we get into the show, bringing in the MVPs is always fun for me because it allows us to look at what we've grown.
Right.
But we didn't start here. We didn't start with, where we're at. We had humble beginnings, very humble beginnings. And, when we started the software, the first thing that resonates, and this was pre-Ryan days,
what was that?
Was the Mobile Tech trip.
Yeah.
And we talk about it a lot. But this was the Mobile Tech trip back in 2018, I believe. Mm-hmm. And we went down there. This is the funniest story, and it's such an entrepreneurial trip. But we went without software.
Right.
We went to sell software without any software.
Well, you had software. It just wasn't ready for anybody else to use besides your shop.
Yeah, we had version 1, which was built specifically for my shop. Okay. And we showed it off. Right. We literally demoed version 1. And we showed we couldn't make changes. And we couldn't even book a job for you because this was live. We were using it in our shop. Right. And we said, okay, now if you're interested in this software, we got this list over here. You fill out your name. And when the software is available, we'll put you in, we'll get you in a beta test.
I love the fact that there was actually a round table software discussion going on at Mobile Tech Expo.
Why you want to bring this? So I didn't think anybody knew about this.
You told me, so I knew about it. So yeah, you guys you had to watch a round table on software that you were not invited to, right?
Yeah. I think we need to discuss this, Rod and Jody. Rennie Doyle hosted it. Okay. Me and Mitch, our software developer, our lead developer, he comes and I hear about this discussion of the software companies having this roundtable discussion on air. Rennie Doyle hosted. You got Rod and Jody, you got Mike and Chris Avens, and then you have the guys from Mobile Tech.
Right.
And Mobile Tech didn't even have a detailing software yet.
Yeah, they were still just PDR.
They were just
right?
PDR that guys were using for, they were using it. But yeah, I had to sit on the sidelines, dude. And I'm like, you guys, I'm over here. I'm over here. I don't have software yet, but I promise it's coming.
Right.
And it was still months. We were months out. We were expecting to launch that, then. But of course, if anybody's ever had any hand in development software, it just takes longer and it costs more money than you could ever, estimate or imagine. And I speak that from experience.
Definitely a little lighter.
Yeah,
than you,
if you're thinking about getting in the software business, pass. But anyways, yeah, it was fun. But and then Ryan comes on board.
Yeah,
a couple months later, I think.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, it wasn't much longer.
Were we, when you came on, were we available? Like, were we actively selling, or was we?
No. So there was actually, we had one company that was legit beta testing. That was Tommy with Nitpicking.
Yep.
Sent him a message. Maybe he can join us today.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But yeah, so we definitely had some other people that were certainly interested. And where I came in, we were just now coming to now we could start personalizing it and doing it for other businesses. Yep. Little things were still kind of hard coded, but we were working ourselves around that. And it was a slow climb for me, having to first learn the software and then having to teach the software,
right, to detailers into an industry that really had no idea how to use software.
Absolutely.
So, and one thing that's funny, I think we have to always bring this up when we talk about our past, is this thing that we used to do. So you guys didn't know it, but we would target detailers. We'd go and search detailers that may or may not be interested, and then Ryan would cold call them. But before we called them, we would actually build them a site. We would take their logo and some of their packages and put it in there. And so when they did the demo, if we got them on the hook for a demo, we would log into
their software,
their
branded software.
Yep. And we would basically, show them what it looked like, or like that would be their version.
Yeah. That was definitely interesting. There were some folks that did not take too kindly to
there was one
photo that I
Ryan grabbed the wrong logo for this guy and he just tripped out about it. He's like, well, first of all, I wouldn't use that logo. And we're like, we're just really trying to show you the opportunity.
I thought you'd be impressed that you had your logo on it to begin with.
Yeah, we'll never touch your logo again, sir.
It was great though. I mean, that was like, what is it? Making your bones, getting your feet wet. And without all that, I mean, I wouldn't be able to appreciate now, as much as I do.
We used to not ask for a card up front. We used to guys just let them subscribe or let them start their trial and then chase and try to get and so we've grown so much, man. And to go from zero, I'll never forget the 0 to 100 felt like forever. It was rough, man. We had a dry erase board where we literally had in my office where we would handwrite every company name, and it was a while before it got to the bottom.
Yeah, I mean 20 people. Rough 20.
It was rough go, man.
But we did it,
and and here's the reason. There's no question that the software works. The software is great. You're talking to people. First of all, the majority of them are owner operators. They're working every day. And now you're saying, hey, I know you've been doing it this way for years, but we need you to stop that and do and trust us in that this way is better. And so it's a hard sell, when people are kind of stuck in their ways, and detailers are notoriously stuck in their way.
Yeah, and they don't have the time. I mean, it's there's not enough time in the day for you to do your job most of the time.
If we could attach, go ahead.
I was gonna say without some sort of organization tool like Detail Bookie.
If we could attach a screen to their polisher that would display they would get it. Right? If the software was inputable on the top of the polisher,
right?
I don't know. That's what it would sound like if you
get on that, Mitch.
Yeah, we'll flip that switch. We'll have that added.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. Please, I don't need 1,000 emails asking for that feature. We can't do it. Let's just rule it out. We can't do it.
Can't do that.
We're gonna skip that one.
Right.
So listen, it's been fun. It's been a fun ride, and we have hundreds of users on now. We filled up we're in every state. We're also in Canada. We're in Australia. Have a big connection going on in Canada. Shout out to my bro Joel LaPalme. What is it?
Sparrowhawk. No, I was just Sparrowhawk giving us a shout out. That's Sparrowhawk Dallas, not to be confused with Sparrowhawk Houston or Sparrowhawk Jacksonville.
And that's a big thing they got going, man. That is a big thing. I tell you, and they're doing it top notch. Very cool to see what they're doing in the aviation side of things. But Joe LaPalm hooked us up with a Canadian connection.
Yep.
There at the last training I was at, and we plan on expanding pretty large in that area. He's going to be distributing the software for us. So lots of big things coming, man. I'm excited about where we've come from, and I'm excited about where we're going.
Nah, man. I can tell you immediately where we're going.
Yeah, where we going?
SEMA.
That's right.
We're going to see you there.
That's right. Okay, listen, that's enough talk about where we have been. Let's talk about people that are with us while we're going.
That's right.
You want to bring them on?
Do we got to do the countdown?
All right. Boom. We have a towel.
All right.
We have. Oh, there we go.
Josue, Mike Rhines. There's Desmond Monster Gibbs.
No, there's my boy Billy Smith.
I see Billy at the bottom. Who's in the middle? Is that Austin Burks? I see right there.
Yes, sir.
Look at this cast.
I don't see Tayton. Where's Tayton?
I don't know. I hadn't heard from him. I put it out there and I never did hear back from him.
No go on Tayton.
I think
he might be moving shops this week.
Oh, did he get a new shop?
Yes, he did.
He's supposed to.
Sweet. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. Good for him. He's got good things going out there.
So who's in Florida?
He didn't have a choice in this one, but it benefited him.
I know that. Hey, tell me about it, Desmond. What's been going on down there?
Finally back to work after that fluke of a hurricane.
Yeah.
It gave us nothing. I mean, I understand Fort Walton or whoever it was got hit pretty hard, but Fort Myers, that's it. But us here in Jacksonville, Orlando, Palm Coast, we're all good.
Nice.
Let's before we get rolling here, why don't we pass the mic around and let everybody introduce themselves, like your name and their detail company, because we got people that are listening and we know you personally, of course, but just a little intro, like who you are, what you're about.
Go ahead and start with you, Mike, and we'll just move ourselves down the line.
Mike Rhines, famously fresh detailing out of Warsaw, Indiana.
Love it. Short and sweet. Go ahead,
Desmond.
Desmond Gibbs with Red Top Detailing here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Right on. Mr. Billy there, sir.
Detail Billy, Akron Pro Detail. I am the Detail Bookie Ambassador.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Right. You got the leg to prove it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Burks.
Austin Burks out of Georgetown, Indiana.
And my hometown buddy, Josue.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, dude, Enterprise representing here.
Alabama
hey guys,
boy.
it's Josue Martinez with Josue's Mobile Detailing in Enterprise, Alabama.
Right on.
Nice. Alabama boy. Roll Tide or War Eagle?
Roll Tide.
Yeah.
We'll keep you on. Okay. Yeah. You can stay for the rest of the show now. Good call. All right, listen. So we had Billy Boggess on last week. I'm sure all of y'all seen it. And what we were talking about is what can potentially be the double-edged sword of social media. And I'm sure like most of you guys, I built my detailing business predominantly, started out on social media. And then, of course, word of mouth, customer interaction, all that stuff built it. But we use social media as our main marketing tactic. So what we want to do is we're going to ask a question and pass the mic around just like we did with the intro and let you guys answer some of these. And it's going to be a lot of it's is there a bird? It's going to be see, it's a party, guys. We can bring the birds in if we want. And so we're going to pass the mic around and let you guys answer questions about these social medias. And, then if one wants to respond to the other, it's open mic. So we'll do it that way. You want to start it out, Ryan?
Oh, yeah. So with my story of social media, or do I?
No, we don't care about you.
Okay, that's what I didn't think so.
We don't care about your story.
So I want to know who's got a story about a negative review. Let's say, have any of you got, what do we say? Yeah, what do we say? Any of you got a bad review, maybe that was unjustly earned? Desmond, you said no? Never.
No.
I have absolutely no bad reviews yet.
Chris, if you're watching, fix that for us, buddy. Give him a bad review.
Josue, anything?
Nothing yet.
Oh,
man, come on.
Austin.
Now, I can speak to another detailer. Of course, they also use Detail Bookie here in this area. They got a 4, and the guy wrote in the review that they did everything right. Everything was great, but he just doesn't give 5.
Wow.
That's terrible.
He's like, I hate to think anybody thinks they're perfect.
Right? I've seen that.
Now, is this the lovely young lady that's in your area? I tried to get her on too, Miss Veronica Valentine. I know that doesn't even sound like a real person, but she is, and I try to get her on.
I don't know. I think she, for something's telling me Ryan and her. I'm not sure. I think that's more than just a business relationship. I hear a lot of chatter in the back there.
She's awesome, man. She's
Detail Billy, bad reviews. You had to deal with one yet?
Oh yes, I've dealt with a few, but recently we had a woman. We explained to her, the possibility of not getting all the dog hair out of a car, of course. Sure. And we turned the car on 3 or 4 times. Next thing I know is she goes, I'll start the car. Boom, dog hair in the face. She didn't like it very much. Gave us a bad review. But bad reviews are good. It shows that your company is human and we do make mistakes. Because we do make mistakes. We're not perfect.
That's right.
It's how you respond.
It's an opportunity to respond. That's it. Now Absolutely. People can see what you are going to do if their detail is less than perfect. What about Burks? You got a bad review out there that you've had to deal with?
Yeah, I have one. So a woman booked online on my detail bookie. She booked an in-house appointment and then called me that day and wanted to know why we wasn't there to pick her car up. I do pick up cars, but I don't go across big lines. So I guess she booked it wrong, and she left me a 1-star review. So,
man, I'm so happy he wasn't like she just dogged the booking site or something. Like, yeah, she just hated it. It's a terrible experience. Yeah. I'm like, can we mute his mic, please? No, so look, we had a bad review one time. We only had a couple of them in the span here, but we had this guy. And he had this blue Toyota Tundra, and it was brand new. It was like a 21. Obviously, it's new at 21. And he brings it in, and he puts it in valet mode so we don't like take it out or some shit, And I'm like, okay, whatever, bro. Put it in valet mode. So he puts it in, and we parked it here. And this seems like a setup from day one, from step one. And he's telling me about how picky he is and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, great, that's good. We like picky customers. We can please that. So we pull it around my shop, around the parking lot here, pull it in the shop. We polish it. We coat it that evening. The truck sits in my shop overnight, locked up. The next morning, we lay the top coat on it. We pull it around. It takes pictures out by our flagpole, and it backs into its pickup spot, just like every other vehicle on this lot does every day, right? Typical move. Guy picks it up, loves the detail. He leaves. A couple days later, he calls in and he says, hey, I want to know who took my truck for a joyride. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, somebody unhooked the battery and took it out of valet mode and took it joyriding. And I'm like, okay. And so I said, well, no problem, dude. Let me just check no problem. Let me check the cameras. I want to, see what happened, see if there's any, reasonable explanation. So I checked the cameras. And of course, what I just told y'all is exactly what happened. We have 36 cameras here on my lot. So that, nothing happens without me knowing about it. And so I call him back and I'm like, so I have camera footage of the truck the entire time. I'm happy to send it to you. I sped it up so you don't have to watch 24 hours of nothing. And you're more than welcome to watch it. And he's like, no, you know what else is I found compound under the hood, in the seam. And I'm like, okay, well, good news is if I would have popped that hood to unhook your battery, I'd have saw that compound and probably cleaned it up. So that tells me the guys didn't pop the hood to take the battery. Oh, he got fucking pissed. He got pissed, man. And so he gave us a bad review. I went on there and I responded. I said, listen, I'm still willing to work this out with this guy. Obviously, the truck never left our lot. We offered up the video footage. He didn't really want to hear that. And I really felt like this guy came on this lot to do something. It was the weirdest thing because what he was saying was not explainable for what he was accusing us for. And so we explained it. And dude, now it's like the funny review on our thing, it's like, we're happy to show anybody footage of this truck. I kept it just for that reason. Like, we're happy to show anybody footage of this truck sitting in my shop overnight. So bad reviews are a great opportunity, guys. Don't panic. And then there's also a study that shows on Google reviews a 4.7 and a 4.8 is much more is much better than a 5-star because it's believable.
That's right.
You know, customers will look at those reviews, and if it's all 5-star, it seems they could be like fake reviews. So a bad review doesn't end the world. It's not, you know, soul crushing bad news. It's just something you got to deal with. You know, try to catch them before they hit the review. You know, we all mess up. We all make a mistake, but we try to catch that before it happens.
So it doesn't sound like anybody's really had any negative impact on the review side, but have you ever had anything in your personal life that ever spilled over into your business? Has there ever been anything that got aired out on social media that maybe shouldn't have necessarily been brought there? Desmond,
yes.
I was just wondering if Desmond's OnlyFans got out there during the pandemic. Customer base, the monster got loose.
Look here, sir. I did OnlyFans before OnlyFans was a thing.
That's right.
But no, like actually, no, I can't say anything leaked through because I'm just as honest with my detailing as I am in my personal life.
Right on. Josue, anything for you, buddy? I know you're always on the up and up. I've never seen a negative thing about your period ever, you know.
I appreciate that. I can't think of anything at the moment, but
we're gonna fix that too. Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Billy?
I've been married 3 times, so there's always negative stuff going on about me, buddy.
Right? There we go.
Dustin. It is what it is.
Oh, man,
nobody else, nothing negative, nothing's hit the ground out there and that you would have loved to have taken back or hit the rewind button on.
No, I when I was first on Facebook, I would get in these detail groups and argue with these guys, and I just shortly learned, you know, it's just better just not say nothing, even whether I'm right or wrong. It doesn't matter. It's not worth it, and kind of stick my nose to the ground and mind my own business now. So it's just easier.
Yeah. And that's right. I mean, so when it happens, it's inevitable. Listen, I thought I was bulletproof years ago, and I thought that my following, my personal and local following was just like an army of pro Dustin, and they still are, but there's, you know, at some point something's going to happen. And I'll tell you, did I tell the Christmas tree story? Last week?
Yeah, you did.
I did. Okay, well, I'll give you the fence story. I won't bore you to death with that one. I'll tell you the fence story.
The fence one's funny, too.
I have a fence that runs around our 6.5 acres of property here, and we had a hurricane blow through, so it's relevant, right? Mm-hmm. We had a hurricane blow through, and one of our buildings hit the fence and knocked a piece of it over. So we had to get out there the day of the hurricane, and we took our building apart, put it back over the fence, and we patched the fence in, right? But it looked decent. It was just it's fence, but there's a neighborhood back here. And these aren't like high dollar houses back here. Don't get this misconstrued. This is no golf course back here.
It's not an HOA issue.
No. So, and then I made this nice, pretty banner, and I hung it on the fence. And I said, "Pardon our progress. New fence coming soon." So I did them a favor, and I put this, and I was waiting on the insurance to tell me if they're going to cover my fence or not. And well, in the meantime, some, what do they call?
You guys got your local groups. Ours is the Voices of Saraland.
Voices of Saraland, which is our city here. This Karen gets on there and she talks about how shitty my fence looks and makes her house look bad, right? And so I said nothing, and then there was like 5,000 comments of my friends going by, taking pictures of her house and shit, and saying like, "You need to cut the grass. You need to take these bushes out." Like, and then they went on it. And they started attacking her haircut. They're like, "Dude, like you're gonna have a haircut like that? You're making fun of his fence." Like, I was like, I had to stop it. I was like, "Oh shit, I got to get in here and say something." So I get in there and like, "Look, guys, she's got a point. The fence. We need a new fence. Here's what's going on. We're going to pay for this piece out of pocket just because it may be such an eyesore, blah, blah, blah. But please stop janking on the girl's haircut."
So you ended up having to be the crowd control for your own mom.
So it happens. Things on social media hit, and people are entitled to their opinion, but you are also, you also have the option of not responding.
Right.
And I do have another personal situation. I won't dig in deep, but this was one that I chose not to respond in. And I think that no response sometimes has more value than a response, because when you argue with someone that's obviously wrong or obviously lying, you give them credibility. You instantly give them, like, anybody watching say, well, there must be something of the truth here, right, because he's even responding to this. But if you just don't respond, and it makes that person really hard to keep going with this story, because like like if it doesn't get them what they want, this argument, then it's
was
hard
that
to
the uncensored
that was
voices
yeah,
group?
there was an uncensored group that they decided that my ex-wife decided to use as her platform to tell everybody that I was Pablo Escobar. And I'm like, I would not be shooting
Not a bad
this podcast.
compliment, bud.
Yeah, I was like, I would not be shooting this podcast right now, guys. I'm sorry.
We saw our buddy Sean Kozier. He had a message pop up. He got a bad review, 1 star from another detailer that he got into with on Facebook.
Yeah, and that just like Billy said, getting in these groups and arguing with these guys, it's like that's all they want, man. They just want somebody to respond. They're bored and they ain't got nothing else to do. So leave them alone. There, let them argue with themselves. All right, what else you got, Ryan?
Oh man, the next one was yours. So
I like you asking the questions.
All right, cool. So all right, then, we're gonna go with Mike on this one. Start out with him. So Mike, can you tell us any solution that you might have already, prepared for any kind of negative backlash? I mean, do you know how you would handle it? Hypothetically,
I've had to deal with a lot of negative backlash from previous career, but customer service, I always just try to agree with the customer and try to decipher what the actual problem really is. Sure. If I can figure it out and it's something that we screwed up on, we're gonna fix that. If it's something that maybe they faulted on, we got to find out how and why. And usually the best way to explain it to them is just kind of maybe kind of lob it out there a little bit, like, well, did you try this? Did you do this? Whatever we can do to help fizz out the situation is better than, taking any kind of, lashes or, negative comments, because at the end of the day, really want them to come back,
Yeah, a defensive approach is tough because you don't want to sound argumentative. You don't want to poke a fire that doesn't need to be stoked.
But you might not necessarily want to eat that particular shit sandwich if you did not have a hand in making it.
It's tough, man. The shit sandwich gets nasty sometimes.
It does, but you got to treat it. It's just like in the restaurant industry. The customer's usually always right, especially when it comes to food. We're a luxury service. At some point, they have to be right.
Yep.
See, I disagree on a little bit on that, on the fact that customers not always right today in today's market, in my opinion. I have had to shut customers down, and it happens quite more often than not. I agree that, customers should be right all the time, but sometimes you just got to let them know you're wrong.
Right. No, I agree with that too.
Desmond, what's your take on that?
The one thing that I do when I finish any detail, of course I'm mobile most of the time, of course. But when I finish any detail, I tell the customer if there's anything that they think was missed that should have been hit, let me know. Let me know. I don't care how big or small it is. I will come back out and fix it.
Absolutely.
However, I get these customers that, want the world, like want my highest package, but only want to pay for the lowest package. And that's what they book. They book the lowest package. I come out and do that, and they think I should have given them extra. For those customers, I just turn off all their marketing. They're no longer my customer.
That's right. That's right. It's an expectations thing, Go ahead.
I thought I had somebody just like you're one of the newer guys, right? So you've been in it for a couple of years, but as far as the I know getting into that market in enterprise, there's from where we're from, it's a small community. It's based off of a military base that's kind of like in the center of these towns, and that's where all the business is coming from. And so you've got a very diverse group of people with military folks. It's not all just Southern boys like that you would normally think of. So how do you approach your marketing in that area?
I just kind of to approach the marketing, since there's like you said, it's a military base, so there's a lot of people around. So I just kind of have to I have different packages that kind of cater to different people's needs, and just and try and have the packages be as descriptive as possible to figure out, so they can figure out. Excuse me, I can't talk today. So they know what they're getting, and that way, when they book it, they won't try and book my lowest package and expect
Right.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because it's got brought up twice now. Expectations on packages. In the check-in process, and that's what we call it. But when you take on the job and you're walking over it with the customer before you start, I think that the key is setting the expectations of the package that they're paying for before you do the work, right? And I think that's that proactive combat to when they show back up and they were expecting, this and they got this, that helps that conversation. You're still going to get it. You're still going to get some people that know they're paying, they're not paying for the service, but they still expect it. But is that kind of part of your process, Josue?
Yes. So let's see. Most of the time I'm mobile, but today I have a car dropped off at the house. But
nice.
But most of the time, whenever I get there, the customer's there. We go over the vehicle, look over every bit of it, and then just tell them this may come out. This will probably however long it's been there, it probably won't come out. But yes, we try and go over as much of the vehicle as possible, so that kind of thing doesn't happen when they're like, why didn't that come out? And so
right. Again, setting those expectations. What you got there?
So I already told this customer, he chose just a basic detail, which is cool, but I'm like, all this fadedness, I'm like, that's not coming out.
Right.
It's going to be that way. But it's going to be clean, but it's not going to be, as perfect as, the video that I sent to him on another vehicle that I did. I was like, yeah, that truck that I did, it was, $550.
Right.
This is not even half that.
Sure. Right. Sure. Yeah. You can't wash scratches off.
Yeah.
And Burks, what's your process there, to help prevent, that unexpected result?
Like you guys said, set expectation, and then that gives you opportunity to upsell.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I had a customer come in with a truck that he's going to sell, and he was wanting to pretty much had some swirls and stuff in it. He's like, I want all that stuff gone. So he said, can you put anything on it like a glaze to, pretty much hide it, so he could sell it. And then we ended up selling him on a one-step paint correction.
Nice.
So then, in the long run, when the customer buys the car, they don't come back saying that, all these scratches, where they come from, because of course the glaze is going to come off.
Sure.
So always, set the expectation. I learned that very early on. I'm still, I think it's like month 14. I've been in my shop, and I learned that in the beginning. I wasn't setting the expectation, and I learned that.
That's a hard lesson learned too. You usually learn that because it cost you.
Exactly.
You're fixing stuff that you knew wasn't included in the package. You knew you weren't going to do, but the customer did not know that, and you fix it to keep the customer happy. But you go, okay, shit, that's not happening again. And
see, that's why Austin is the detailer of the year. Was that it, or detail shop of the year? You were nominated for so many awards this past SDC. Look at that beautiful thing right there. Nice, dude.
Awesome.
Nice. Congratulations again,
Detail
bro.
Billy, your check-in process now. I know that you don't do them now. Is that right? Is it your daughter?
Yeah, Stephanie handles all that.
And so she does the thorough check-in to make sure that we're setting expectations. Is that right?
Most certainly. If she has a question, she'll come grab me, but she's got it down to a science. We use Detail Bookie a little different than most people. We actually go out with Detail Bookie on our iPads, and that way the customer can see it. It's a lot easier for us to upsell then. So when we do that, we generally, I'd say probably a good 80% of the time, she's upselling all the time. Yep. So because our packages are pretty basic, that way I can upsell, enhancements or whatever.
Yeah, and they build that invoice, right? They're not getting sticker shock. It doesn't just start out at $1,000.
Right.
Detail starts out at 175 or 225 or whatever. Just speaking to the exterior. Now we can add the engine bay. Now we can add the headlights.
Like a la carte.
Absolutely. and it gives them the chance to build their invoice. So when they get to the bottom of it, it's like things they've chosen to raise the price, and they're not like, holy shit, why is it $1,000? What's $1,000? Because you went down the, you added these things on as we were talking about it, and you wanted it done, and now they're happy about it.
Austin,
Right.
or I'm sorry, Ethan, is there somebody else in the waiting room over there? Put them on in.
Yeah, drop them in.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
What's up,
There's
Tate?
my guy.
All right, so we made everybody introduce themselves. Go ahead, Tayton.
I'm Tayton Trout. I own Trout Detailing.
Where are you from?
Colorado. Fort Morgan, Colorado.
Sweet. And you just acquired a new shop, is that right?
Yeah, I'm packing everything up in this one.
Nice.
I'm gonna be moving my stuff over there, but I won't be able to work out of this other one until probably November. So
Sure.
Get it nice and set up.
What gives you an opportunity, man?
Mhm.
Gives you an opportunity to get it right.
yeah,
Right on, man.
So,
Well,
yeah, I'm going to keep passing the questions around. Tate, we're passing the mic. We're asking a question, passing the mic. This next question I want to ask because we do things a little differently than most, the way that we handle our social media and our marketing. But since we're on that conversation, do any of you guys, how do you guys, if you handle it in-house, how do you handle your marketing, or are you outsourcing it? And more specifically, social media. I mean, we don't want to get deep into like Google ads and email campaigns. We're really talking about your social media presence.
you forgot to pass the mic.
Oh, Mike, go ahead.
I do a lot of my own.
Okay.
A lot of the flyers and stuff that I post are something that I've made.
Yep.
That just I literally, to be a sales rep for Anheuser-Busch, you literally had to attend their college.
Yeah.
So, and you had to study, your main course was sales and marketing. So I kind of took what I learned from that and switched it over for detailing. It seems to be beneficial so far. As far as the way that I'm able to market, specials or packages or, just a overall presence. I've got something that looks good, that looks professional, that I can post, and I'm still working on the actual post itself. There's so many different ways to post online, but
There is.
I start with that. So,
how many posts a week are you say putting out on your social media? Is it one a day? Or are you trying to post? Or are you just like wait till once a week and just bomb it?
No, I try to do one a day, but sometimes it's sporadic.
It's tough.
Sometimes it can be 3 in one day and 2 the next day or whatever. But I still try to make an effort to try to get 5, 6, 7, 8 things posted online a week.
Yeah,
Nice.
Desmond, what about you? How do you handle your own social media?
Yeah, so I actually use Loomly to automate my post. So I like yesterday, I think I put out maybe 7 or 8 posts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google My Business, all about flooded vehicles. Today I don't. What's that?
Flooded vehicles. That's smart. I mean, obviously you are dealing with a hurricane, so not trying to capitalize on people's misfortune, but it's a service that has to be provided, right? This is a service that's got to be done. Yeah.
But generally, I'll put out 3 posts every day, Monday through Sunday, and I've been getting a lot of business. I mean, not necessarily from the post, but it's boosting my Google My Business just by posting that much.
That's right.
Nice. Okay.
Building your online presence.
Yeah.
Right. Billy, how about you?
We post 3 times a day. Miss Vandy is the one that handles our social media now. Me and Stephanie are in shop doing photos and stuff like that. We were outsourcing it, but we brought it back in-house, and we are busier than ever because of it. So it's just, I think we're adding something that was missing with outsourcing it. I'm a family-owned business, so we have a more personal touch. Yep. Some of our photos are a little better, in my opinion, on the aspect of what we're capturing, because we know what we like because it's our business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely helped out a lot. So that's what we do.
What about you, Austin?
I do all of my own, so most of my stuff is just Facebook, and then Google My Business and word of mouth. But like what Sam was saying, I make all my own flyers and stuff like that. But we're stepping it up, and I'm waiting on my call from the guys over at Detailers Roadmap, and we're going to try to go to the next level with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
good choice. Yeah, Chris is a good friend of ours and a personal friend of mine. And
if he was here right now, I'd purge him.
Oh, we'd can his ass right now. Immediately, we would purge him. We almost purged you just for mentioning his name. Like, that's how close we are. You know, fucking dude, you're out. Bam.
Love Detailers Roadmap.
They're our buddies.
Chris in a second.
They're our buddies, man. We love them to death.
What about you, Joe Sweat?
I think I actually made it through the purge twice.
You're a survivor. You're a survivor.
Right, man. I handle a lot of my social media, particularly on Facebook. But I am having somebody handling all that in the near future. Nice. But I do have they just made accounts on several different things like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all those.
You're expanding to other platforms.
So, yes. So that's I'm great. Just trying to, but I mainly do Facebook. I handle the Facebook side, but they handle everything else.
And I've definitely been watching the progress you've been making, you know, with those posts, and, you know, the photos have just keep getting better and better and better. So I'm loving it, man. Yeah, you're definitely killing it there.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
What about you, Tayton?
I've been handling a lot of my stuff on my own. I've been having Mike make me some flyers here and there. I'm not the best when it comes to creating stuff like that. Actually, Madison's helped me out quite a bit in the past. I use you guys, Dustin, strategies. So hopefully sooner or later I can bring.
Oh man, that's listen, it's, you know, it doesn't matter, like, you know, who you use. The whole point is,
hey, back.
Yeah, and you know, so I can definitely speak to that. If I design some shit, like, you would be like, "What the fuck is that?" Like,
so who do you use?
So we've always done our own marketing. Here's the thing about it: is I've always brought somebody in to do it, and it started as my sister-in-law, you know, doing the pictures. And I had a really funny look on this. This was years ago, but I used to every car. I wanted every vehicle. A string of before and afters on every single one of them. I didn't care what we did to it. Like, so we were posting 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times a day. We were spamming the hell out of Facebook. I mean, I you know what? And I would lose my mind if we missed one. Like, and I did this for years, you know, and I thought that more was better, especially in the social media aspect. And then as I started hiring professionals, to take over that, you know, obviously I was no marketing professional. I just knew what worked. I thought.
What was the first piece of advice you received from your professional marketing?
Stop posting 7 to 10 times to 12 times a day. And I'm like, but I don't want to stop. And so it took them a while to convince me of it. It really did. Like, I fought that shit hand over fist. And I was like, no, we're posting. And Madison's, I'm sure she's watching right now, and she's like, Dustin, you got to stop. She's like, let's take a more targeted approach to it.
Yeah, I remember she goes, let's find one picture and make it great, and then let's post that instead of.
Well, and it's, you know, it's quality over quantity, and it matters there too. And, you know, so the guys that are making, you know, the post and all, it definitely quality is better. You get better engagement. And so Joel LaPalm's dropping in here. Most important,
I love that post.
That's the truth. That is the truth. And the thing about this is building relationships. You know, when it's not making. So this is a conversation that we've had with Detail Bookie, but I also had with my sales team for the detail. This is not about making a dollar. It's about building relationships, and you do that through conversations with customers, and you make sure that relationship's kindled and it starts well. So, you know, absolutely, you know, but we use our social media as the window into our store. So if you're not driving by here, but you're scrolling on your phone, you can see in here and see what we do or see what we sell. And so social media is a big impact. And now we've expanded to open up Bay Shore, which is the marketing company that I own. But we did that because I wanted to continue to grow that end, and I wanted to do bigger and better things for Easy and Detail Bookie. But I couldn't afford the payroll unless we took on some other clients, and that's why we created Bay Shore. It wasn't like I woke up and just wanted to own a marketing firm. I wanted to do bigger things for this company and knew that we needed to, in order to do that, we needed to expand and help other people grow as well. And that's what we've done. And Tayton's been a customer. There's been a few of you guys that's been customers of ours or continue to be. And and we appreciate that. And we want to help any way we can, short term, long term, whatever. That's the whole goal.
Oh, I love having my own personal marketing person.
Careful.
Brooke is my BSB.
Yeah.
She.
Look, now I had to settle it down a little bit. They were butting heads for a minute because Ryan don't know how to shut his mouth.
I'm the most important customer, man. Come on, building your business off of,
Yeah, no, they do a great job. I mean, we're very respectful of that. But
what you got, buddy?
Huh?
Ethan's over here making signals. Oh, look at
there!
that!
Oh, the man!
All right, guys. So listen. Now that Billy has joined us, we're actually so we kind of made this an MVP party. Really, what it is, it's an intervention for Billy Boggess. Intervention. So we really thought that after Friday podcast, such a hit, man. Billy, we knew you was going to get off social media. We knew that was it for you. We thought that was like,
he's rolling up the sleeves. We're in trouble.
So, tell us how have you been handling negativity these days, Billy? As opposed
I've been struggling because Carlos Gala sent me 2 bottles of whiskey for my birthday, and I
saw it.
Shout out to me in my ass last night. I got up this morning. I'm like, I got to work.
All right,
guys.
Man, negativity. Don't pay attention to it. If you're focused on your goals, don't worry about what they're saying. So, anytime that you're doing something big, there's always going to be somebody that ain't doing things big that like to hate on you, because people who are doing big things don't have time to hate. They don't have the heart to hate.
The energy. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, quick question. We ask everybody if they were handling their own social media, their own marketing. Billy, is that something that you do on your own? Do you handle your own posting and stuff?
Funny, I'm late because I was on a conference call earlier, and that's the next thing I want to do is hire somebody to do my social media, because I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's tough. And as you grow, that's one of the things that you can't offload. The hard part, and I think Billy Smith experienced this, is getting your message that you want conveyed to the person that's supposed to spread that on social media. So the resistance to let go of that is big, because you want to make sure that the message that you want sending is getting conveyed. And Billy kind of he mentioned that earlier, and I watched him. I mean, I watched his social media change, and then I've watched it change back. And it's all about what works for you.
Well, we had that podcast the other day, and I said, I have to break the personal connection. I've been deplatformed. And first of all, why does Billy Smith look like the only guy not working?
Because he's probably the only guy not working.
It's Friday.
Yeah. If you get deplatformed and you lose years of content that you created, it does change things, and it breaks that personal connection. So most of the people on this podcast now, I know you personally. Mm-hmm. I think with the parameters we have to work in with social media, there are certain things I used to post guns all the time. I like guns, right? Can't post them anymore. So it really does kind of break that connection.
So I have a question. It's not written down. What do we do? This is something that I'm really thinking a lot about, is what do we do when social media decides they want to filter us so much that we can't advertise our businesses, or the marketing dollars have caught up with radio and TV, and now it's too expensive to use? What would you say? We'll pass the mic again. What would you think would be that next platform or that next available opportunity? Do we go back to TV, radio? Do we go forward into some new unknown
digital signs, billboards? That's what they're called.
Yeah. So, Mike, what would you do? Flip the switch tomorrow. No Facebook, no Instagram, no YouTube. What do you do?
Go right to billboards.
There you go. Billboards.
Right to billboards. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a believer. I got one.
Yard signs. Around where I'm at, it's not illegal to put yard signs up, like on the sides of the road and stuff. People do it every day.
It's so funny. So he said it's not illegal. Listen, where I'm from, like they have like the biggest sign rule book in the world, and I have broken every single rule there is in that book. And that poor sign police guy, he came up here for the first few years I was at this property. He's like, dude. He would come up and I was like, I'll buy you lunch, man. Just tell me what I did wrong. We're the banner, you can't hang the banner from the fence. You can only do it on stakes on Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all this dumb shit, And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to survive, man. I'm trying to survive. That's it.
Hilarious, man.
All right.
What about you, Desmond? Where you going? Social media is gone.
I hear, of course, that Google My Business is changing right now, where Those of us that are mobile, it's going to be really hard for us to rank at all. So I've actually switched over. Well, I mean, not really switched, but I started sending out on flyers through EDDM, and it's said that you get about 4% return on that, like 4% contact out of that.
Sure.
I'm sitting at about 13%. It's
Wow.
absolutely
Nice.
amazing. But I
For the
mean,
guys that
I don't just do
guys-
that.
Go ahead. The guys that don't know what that is, tell them what that is.
The EDM.
EDDM is every door direct mailer. So you print up a bunch of postcards and send them out to
Ship 'em out.
everybody in a zip code. I mean, they're delivered to every single house or business in that zip code or whatever, or on that route. And these people, like, I've gotten 4 calls since we've been on the phone. or on this call.
Traditional style marketing. Yeah, traditional marketing. All right, Josue, what you got, buddy? What you doing if Facebook shuts down tomorrow?
Well, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think having a going. I agree with going into the community, making a bunch of yard signs, doing a bunch of billboards, trying posters, anything really.
Sorry about that, Josue. Is that you, Tayton?
No, I'm muted.
No.
Oh, it's all good.
I muted myself. I had to go grab a phone charger. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. So Josue, again, just to circle back. So you're talking about traditional methods, print, on your boots on the ground style, building relationships. Burks, what you doing, buddy?
Like Miss Vandy said, getting out in the community, car shows, door to door, yard signs. I mean, just everything you can to get the word out there.
Yep.
Billy, you were shaking your head when he was talking about the mailers. What's your thoughts on that?
OnlyFans.
Billy Smith. I was a Smith over there. Was
same answer. OnlyFans.
Monster.
I wasn't shaking my head to that. I was shaking my head to something else, something that caught my eye.
I'm texting Billy on the side. Nobody knows that.
Oh, shit, I feel left out. Am I not in the group?
Tayton, what's up with you, buddy? Where are you going? No social media.
Probably same with what Vandy said, trying to get out into the community or even on the radio or something. Recently, I've been trying to get in good with like the local police department, fire department.
There you go.
Trying to get in with the schools just because teachers, police officers, everything like that.
Yeah.
I know Joel LaPalm always recommends real estate agents, and it makes a lot of sense. They see a lot of people. So just, when you're building relationships. All right. Billy, Vargas, what you doing?
BNI is another good one, to be honest.
Yep. Vargas, what you doing? Building a stage and a bullhorn? What we doing?
I think it's different from detailers to product manufacturers, right? Different. I couldn't put yard signs out. That wouldn't do me any good.
That makes sense.
I think what I really think is this, guys. I think just if you see the social media platform, American Detailer Garage, hey, we have this product, whatever. That's all pretty much all you're going to see until late at night.
Yeah.
But I think going to events, Mobile Tech, perhaps SEMA, SDC, where you get to really know these people.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's the best core of action for me.
No,
I've been setting up at a lot of car shows lately.
Car shows are huge. Boat shows. I mean, boat shows put us on the map years and years ago. We did all the boat shows, set up a little 10x10 and just talk to people. And again, it all goes back to building relationships, right? And it's so even with social media, that's not what's building the business. You're using that as the window into your store, but the customer still got to come in and still got to interact. So you just got to find a way to get your voice back out there and build those relationships.
And Dustin, you guys are set off a little bit from the road. So not only do you have to get their attention, but you got to get them how do you get them in the door?
Yeah, you don't drive by my shop and have any clue that we have a retail store, that we have a detailing business here. I mean, you just don't. It's 6.5 acres and we're on the back side of it. It's storage, boat and RV storage here. So I have used social media and built that. So, I mean,
well, let's talk about the other businesses that got the foot traffic in here when you weren't getting foot traffic.
Yeah. So the storage business helped. We also included an iPhone repair guy in our store, and we knew that generated a lot of foot traffic. and
U-Haul.
I had U-Haul in here, and I've even sold bait.
That's
I
a
own
detail
bait.
shop, hair care and tire center.
Yeah, that's what it was, right? And I sold Christmas trees
Christmas
too.
trees and
I sold Christmas trees too.
You did do that. That's right.
You do what you got to do, right? We had bills to pay, and so whatever it takes to bring people in the door. I don't care if Facebook shows up. Like I don't. Facebook don't pay my bills. Right. Okay, Dustin Jackson pays my bills. That and our team. So if Facebook goes down tomorrow, we're moving. We're still moving. Just like when COVID happened, they said you got to shut your doors. We'll shut them, but we're not shutting down. We're not shutting down. We're gonna keep going and keep moving, and that's just what we do.
Yeah, we had a policy on masks here. It was, if you want to, go ahead.
It's your prerogative, man.
I'll make fun of you if you do, but
no, it's that. Listen, everybody had their own take, and I know. I mean, even like Detail Billy fought a hard battle with COVID, and it was real. But we couldn't afford to shut our company down because of it. We had to just take the measures that we felt like were safe for our employees and customers, and that's what we did. So, what else you got, Ryan?
No, you got
okay.
I love it when it gets quiet and Dustin looks at me. No, so
because Ryan don't like a quiet room.
No, I did.
He gets awkward as hell.
I do. That's right. So now listen. So how do you get your content? So we talked about kind of you were doing your flyers and that's then you're helping even Tayton out with that too. So it looks like, guys, if you're in the market for flyers, that Mike Rhines is the man to contact.
Let's post his number to the bottom of the thread there and make sure that everybody knows.
You can probably make logos too. I don't know. Hit 'em up for those,
No, I mean I made my own, but
gathering content.
I'm not full scale graphics here.
Gathering content. We're talking about photos and videos. I mean, if you're a one man show, how do you do it? What are you doing, Mike?
Say what was the question?
Oh,
again?
if you're getting your own content, it's tough sometimes, right? Taking the video, taking the photos. Any tricks of the trade? How are you gathering content if you're not hiring somebody to come in there and take pictures of you?
Well, so I mean, I know multiple photographers, videographers. One of them is a good friend of mine. But for the time being, I got to stop what I'm doing, whether it's a quick 50-50 shot or, just a picture down the side of it, something. Yep. I just grab the picture, I either snap it on my phone or my iPad, whatever I've got close to me. Just try to get the picture. And, if I got to pull it out and do a sun check, that's a good time to grab a picture too. So
that's right. So making a conscious effort to stop and take the picture. And I know every detailer here has done one that's like, son of a gun, I forgot to get the befores. And it's one of the most beautiful jobs you've laid down. And it's like, fuck, I forgot.
Yeah. And like with Desmond, so you're out there by yourself.
I don't mean to jump in the middle of this, guys, real quick. I'm so sorry.
Come on.
I have to step out for a minute. My apparel guy is going to be here in like 5 minutes.
I wear a size large.
Yeah,
so all the
extra large, bud.
Yeah, be here in just a second. So
we only charge you a shirt for stepping out of our podcast.
Yeah,
you guys can be here for a minute, Dustin. I'll come back.
We'll be here. Just we can drop you in the waiting room. We'll let you back in when you're there, or just hang there. Yeah.
Okay.
Desmond, what you doing, buddy? How you getting your content?
Well, I had an incident with a customer. An insurance company hired me to do something with the top of his truck, and he said that by me laying on top of his truck, I put 2 dents. So with that, I never forget to take a ton of pictures of before. I always forget after pictures, but the before pictures are there.
Again, that's lessons learned because
but I use what is it? Exactly. But I use Video Leap, I think, to make all these stupid little videos for Instagram, whatever.
Right on. Josue, I know we had, when you first got on the software, one of the pieces of advice that we kind of, I kind of tossed you just to see if, what kind of results we got. And I was like, man, you got to show people who you are doing the work. How did that, tell us about that first post and the engagement that you got there.
Let's see. I posted a picture of me touching the car, and my general like reach would be like 2 to 3, maybe 400 people, people, and then it went from that to like 1,200. I mean,
it was like overnight.
I mean, it went from like 400 to 1,200, and then and then I had like it went from like maybe 1 share to like 8 or 9. So I mean, just people really like that. And like, so just a little backstory, like for my wedding, I had one of my clients was actually doing the videography for it, and so and like in exchange, like he actually gave me some stands that I can actually and some light stands to be able to do that, to take photos and videos that just with my phone and everything.
Because you're a one-man show. It's just you out there.
So sometimes I would have to take a few minutes to set it up, but just to make that quick video, and then it just really, but showing you doing the work really has just increased the insights and everything on the post.
That's what he means by touching the touching the vehicle. It's like just showing you doing the work.
Yeah, the personal aspect of it.
Yeah, he wasn't just sitting there.
I was like, it literally was just your finger touching. Yeah, like I'm gonna try this shit. Yeah,
and I think that was my words when I was like, you gotta show you touching the car.
Yeah. Burks, how are you getting your content?
I take all my pictures. I do have a photographer that comes and takes pictures of select cars. More high end stuff. And then I do some trade work for him on that. But other than that, I take all my pictures. Befores and afters are huge. I have a lot of people say they come to me because they can see I take pride in my work by my before and after pictures.
Yeah, and it's personal. So when you post the before and after pictures, people relate to things that they understand. And if their vehicle looks similar to what you just posted, similar condition, similar style, they relate to that post and say, "Oh, mine can look like that." And that was my thought process behind posting every single car we did. I'm like, well, I'm not going to leave anything to chance. I'm going to have every vehicle that was ever made that we've ever detailed on my Facebook feed.
That's great.
And we did. Detail Billy, you do something different. You actually take pictures, you get your content, and you share it with the dealerships, right?
Correct.
So how does that work?
Oh, that's genius.
We actually do. We have 7 accounts that we do photos for. Actually, we have a photo booth inside of our shop that we built for our dealers that actually take all the photos for the dealers that they put online. So, but I'm also blessed because I have Stephanie, who's the TikTok queen. She's around taking pictures, small videos. So it's just me and her all day long doing that and stuff like that.
Sure.
How about you, Tate?
I've been really bad at taking before pictures. I always forget before pictures, but I'm always getting after pictures, and that's mainly what I'm posting. One thing I heard from you, Dustin, was you market what you want to detail.
Yep.
So if you look at my Facebook page, I mean, I have an interior thrown in there every now and then, but I'm mainly trying to market like my coatings or
the stuff that you want to grow, the side of the business you want to grow. And it makes sense because if people relate to your post, and because that's what the situation that they're in, if I'm posting minivans and interiors and muddy trucks, guess what I'm going to get? Minivans, interiors, and muddy trucks. And, I did something real stupid. I'm sure most of y'all know this, but I'm going to give a detail to the dirtiest vehicle post one day. And I did this for engagement. Like it had thought behind it, right? I was like, let's post pictures of the dirtiest vehicle and I'll award the dirtiest one a free detail. And man, that was like stupidest thing I could have ever done in my entire life, because not only did I have to do a free detail on this like mud-ridden truck, like then guess what I was detailing for like the next 6 months, like wood trucks, like shit, why did I do that?
Oh man,
my shop was like a mud pit out back where we were just pressure washing down, and then the mud would flood. It was awful. It was awful. So if you ever get the chance to do that, pass. Oh,
cool, man.
So listen, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up. We're kind of getting, into that. We want to end though. Let's take more photos of the shirt off. I got you, Drake. I think you need to take more pictures of you polishing pontoons. Oh, Drake, since you're watching, dude, no shit. Listen, I have a pontoon here that we've been working on now for 4 days.
I thought you said you.
I did not take my own advice. This guy roped me into this thing. It was a brand new pontoon boat. It had shark hide that fell factory. The factory called me and they say, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, No, yes, I'll do it. 4 days later, this pontoon's still in my shop. I'm still cussing about it. Again, I will not do any more pontoons. For the 586th time, I will not do any more pontoons.
That's hilarious.
All right, guys, listen, though. SEMA. Want to talk about SEMA. Who's going? What you doing when you get there? Pass them around. Mike, what you got?
I was trying to go. Me and Tayton we were gonna tackle that trip together. But with him getting a new shop up my way, detailing's been slow. Luckily, I've got other avenues that keep revenue flowing. But right now, we're, at least me personally, I don't know about you, Tayton, but I'm focused on mobile tech.
Nice.
Mobile tech. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Yeah. And if you're not going to SEMA, are you going to the mobile tech or SDC? That kind of sum it all up. Desmond, what you doing, buddy? You're muted.
Hold on, Desmond, you muted.
No,
I started over.
So yeah, I will not be at SEMA. I have a veteran camping trip that weekend. So that's more important to me. But I will see you guys at Mobile Tech for sure.
Hold on, are you going to be taking the party bus?
No, I'm just taking my little toy hauler, not the bus.
Desmond's got a party bus, stripper pole.
I think it's got a shagging wagon.
Yeah, it's got a hot tub, 3-man hot tub.
Hey, by the way, I noticed the pink shirt, bro. Big fan. We are doing a huge breast cancer drive for. I can't let so we're doing this big fundraiser for someone local in our community and for breast cancer. And we got the guy's pink shirt. Actually, all the staff's gonna have pink shirts to wear on Friday. So cool that you're supporting that. Love it, man. All right,
Josue,
it's weird with this shirt though. Hold on a second. With this shirt, this was one of the first shirts that I made for my company. And I tried to go to Amazon and get the vinyl cutter and all that and the heat press, and it was way too much work. I made this shirt and I was like, I'm not doing it anymore.
So you got all the equipment made, that shirt, and then you were done.
Yep, nice. Sent it all back to Amazon.
Okay.
Well, hey, the shirt looks great, man.
Yeah. Jose, you going to SEMA, or are you gonna come check us out down at Mobile Tech Expo, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it to Mobile Tech. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to SEMA, but definitely will. At least try to make to attend something.
Mobile Tech's good. Mobile Tech's a good one. And also, we're going to be doing a training. We're going to be doing a few training. We're fixing to step it back up at my shop. We've done quite a few here, but we're going to be adding to it pretty significantly. Me and Billy Smith talked at linked at this, and so Josue, we'll make sure you're in my backyard up here. So we'll make sure that that you know about these trainings as well. Trainings, and it's going to be a little bit more involved in that, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay. Austin Burks.
No, I will not be there. It's my son's birthday, but I will be at Mobile Tech.
Tell him happy birthday when we get there.
Yeah.
All right, Billy Smith, tell us what you doing. You hanging out with me?
Yes, sir. We will be at SEMA. We will be in the Detail Bookie booth with IGL and Detail Bookie.
Yep.
MTE, SDC. Dustin and I will be doing quite a bit more training throughout the rest of the year. And next year, watch out. We are going to kick butt.
That's right. All right, Tayton, we kind of heard it from Mike, but what you going, buddy? What you doing?
I really, really wanted to make it to SEMA. My girlfriend was kind of pissed off at me for wanting to go to SEMA.
Hey, she can come with us.
Yeah, she just.
I told her. Well, our 4-year anniversary is on November 4th, and I told her, I was like, because she has school the beginning of the week, and I was like, I'll fly you out the end of the week. We'll spend an extra couple days in Vegas, but. With moving shop and everything, that's pretty expensive.
It's expensive.
So, yeah.
But it's priorities, man. It's priorities.
I'm planning on MTE and SDC for sure.
And hopefully
next year.
Yeah, you got to be at MTE, man. We're gonna have to do the dinner again, and y'all came and hung out with us a few times. That was a lot of fun seeing you. So go, Desmond. You have something?
What is Desmond?
Just no more tequila for me next time, and let's keep my bar pass under 200.
We're losing it.
Hey, I think you made the party beforehand. I didn't see you.
Listen, look, man, we've all been guilty of going a little too hard at these events and then have to get up. Let me tell you the worst freaking thing. The worst one was SDC 2 years ago. Yeah. And we went to the IGL party that night. And then so I had a training at 8 a.m. the next morning. And we got on this peanut butter whiskey and dude, it was just like nonstop. and I don't know what happened. I slept on the couch.
Are you sure that didn't happen this year?
It happened this year too.
It did.
I don't
But it
know
was a
who
little-
it was at the IGL party. I just asked for a little bit of that peanut butter whiskey, and they gave me a whole glass. I was
They don't
like,
come in
what
little
am I going to
bits.
do with that?
No, they don't come in little bits, dude. They come around shot after shot after shot. It's brutal, but you know what? They throw a hell of a party. And Joel just said we're gonna have another huge party at MTE. Those guys are awesome. I mean, it's a buddy of mine, but you know, like just it doesn't get any better.
Keep
So
dusting off the dabs. You know,
listen, yeah, right.
Handle that one.
So listen, guys, we want to give a shout out to you, man. We appreciate y'all jumping in here. This is fun. You know, taking time out of your day to chat it up with us. The people that watch this get a ton of value hearing different you know, perspectives of different ways that we solve problems, because we all are faced with similar problems, but we have different ways that we execute the solution. So appreciate y'all coming in here, talking to us. Appreciate your support within the software, because without you guys, there would be no podcast. There would be no software. And, you know, we really owe it all to you guys. And thank y'all for your loyalty and business and all of that good stuff.
Y'all are why we're here, man. And
That's right.
just looking at you guys, I'm like, yeah, man, that's my team right there. Look at these guys.
It's
Like,
cool.
I mean,
It's
just-
cool. We
that's
really,
just-
really appreciate y'all on a personal level. It is not business. It is personal.
Yep.
And do want to thank you. And Desmond down there, y'all stay safe, buddy. If y'all need anything, or anybody else down in Florida that's suffering through the mayhem, y'all let us know, man. We're happy to help for sure.
That's right. My buddy Caden's down there.
Yep.
Nathan Warren started that GoFundMe too.
Yeah, we
That's
saw
right.
that. We
That's
saw
right.
that. So yeah, definitely look that up, and if it's something that you guys can do, don't to support any way you can support, man. I think that there's all kind of ways to contribute. So if that's what finds you, do it, and then anything else that we can do to help, we're happy to. So
Y'all make sure to stick around, after, and check out our hacker hack.
keep
that we got
watching the
coming
show.
up
It's
next.
only going to get better from here. I appreciate
Thank
you guys
so much.
Love
man.
y'all, man. See ya.
See ya.
See ya. All right, what a cool show, right?
Man, it's just
Rocking.
the crew, dude. That's just a phenomenal group of fellas there.
And we handled that one so much better than the last. Hey, come on back. We handled that one so much better than the last time we had the little party. I think we lost the internet. Or,
that was because we lost internet.
We
Everybody
lost
stayed
internet.
in a group chat and
Yeah.
dogged us.
Yeah.
Talking about AOL.
We purged ourselves out of our own party.
They continued it while we were gone.
All right, listen, Ryan, as much fun as that was, I am looking forward to something. What am I looking forward to?
This
Ryan?
is today's
Or heck.
All right, this is going to be awesome. So, again, preface it.
All right, so this is our hacker hack. We don't know what's going on.
We have no clue.
This is the first time we're going to try this out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to watch a video that Chris shot, and we're going to try to see if we can figure out what the hack is here.
Okay, I like it. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. All right, olive oil. Okay, olive oil, no cap, going into a microfiber.
Okay, what are you going to do?
What
with
could
that,
we be
Chris?
doing with olive oil? Oh, tell me we're not putting olive oil on the dash of a car.
Is this, I mean, this
Cannot be. This cannot be the.
Ah!
Wait, are we cooking something?
Okay. Is he going to
Eggs?
cook an egg on this joke?
What the hell? What kind of hack is this? No, we're not putting the egg on the dash
Pause
with
to fry
olive
that
oil.
egg?
Are we trying to cook? Look at this egg. What is happening?
He's frying the egg right there. Is that a mirror?
You've got
he's
to be
there?
kidding me.
Oh,
You gotta
that's
be kidding.
magnifying glasses.
So he's trying to cook the egg on top of the dash. What kind of
which is
hack?
coated with olive oil.
Look
Oh,
at the easy end in there.
There we go.
That's nice. So we've coated the plastic with this olive oil, and we are cooking the egg with a magnifying glass. I just have to know what is the hack? The hack has to be the
egg? Is
the
egg?
magnifying glass.
If you're hungry and you have some olive oil.
Is it the Easy End logo
I think
being
that was-
cast into that?
Okay, that could be in it.
What I really think the hack is the olive oil on the plastic.
What
So
would
people
that be
have
taking
been,
the place of?
yeah. So like you're protectant and all,
Mhm.
but the idea there is you're gonna cook your dash.
So we
Olive oil is not a protectant. It's it will
make
actually
it shiny
heat
for a
up.
minute.
Yeah, and then shit's gonna stick to it,
Right.
and it's just gonna be terrible. So. Actually, I love this version of
This is
Hacker
fun.
Hack.
Yeah,
Like
no
this is
doubt.
cool. Great video, Chris. You always do an awesome job, Ethan. So many things are on this one. What? Or no? Yeah. Yeah, don't cook egg. All right, we got to say this. If you are in the middle of the woods,
Yup.
all you have is your dash.
Okay.
some olive oil.
Okay, that's 2.
An egg.
Gotta have an egg.
Magnifying glass.
Perhaps magnifying glass. How do you come up with an Easy In logo?
An Easy In logo somehow. Okay. You cannot cook the egg on olive oil on your dash. You're going to have to eat the egg raw or starve to death. This hack is busted. It's denied. No hack here, sir. Do not use olive oil on your dash. You're an idiot if you do it.
You guys have a great weekend. Man, it is Friday. Y'all enjoy this weekend. Everybody go out, celebrate, have a good time. Make sure you check us out on all the different platforms where you can find podcasts, Apple, Spotify, YouTube,
and wherever that may be. And also, one last time, I want to give a shout out to our Florida detailers and Florida, people that are living down there, patrons, man. Our heart goes out to you. We're praying for you. We hope you are, managing to get things back together. And as it travels up the East Coast, you guys as well, don't hesitate to reach out. If there's anything that we can do, we are here to help. We're not just saying that. I've already had contact with a few people taking trucks and trailers down. So we're here to help you guys. Reach out to us. We appreciate y'all's support in the podcast, support in the software, support in friendship and family. Love y'all. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Did you say Patriots?
Patrons?